on. Just let me plug in. There we go. All right, battery is charging. You can go over here. Hi, Audrey. All right, so now we need Audrey's got a lot to say. Hi, what are you doing? Audrey's ready to play. Oh shit, that was fun. All right, footstool, where are you? There we go. I wish I could tell you that I only talk like this when I thought people might be listening, but this is my normal dialogue. Pretty much every single day, all day. Hi Patty. How you doing? How you feeling? You doing all right? I hope you're doing good. I need to redo the handle bits on this bad boy because I used the wrong paint. So we're gonna fix that up today. You do too, Tacky Moms. Fantastic. So glad I'm not alone. So I'm just gonna pull these dots off that are the wrong color. The reason these paints come off right now is because I've only painted these 24 hours ago, and so the paints haven't fully cured. The paints don't fully cure until 21 days, and they will cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe. But if you need to make changes to a piece, you really want to do that within the first 24 hours before it starts to harden. Hi, Ann. How you doing? So after fixing the lines yesterday, I realized that I had used the wrong paint. So we have to do this part over, which is inconvenient. That's okay. It's okay, because it is only inconvenient. I hope everybody's doing good. What you guys up to today? Oh, we're doing good, Ann. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing good. How's the painting going? Are you taking a break from ornaments, or are you still powering through? And Audrey's very spicy today. She has a lot to say. She has a lot of opinions that she needs to express. Tacky Mom's at work. I hope you have a good day. Hey Cindy, how you doing, love? How you feeling? I'm doing good, thank you. Except I realized that I used the wrong color of paint on the handle for darkness, so we're gonna try again. I think it was that one that I should have used. So we're gonna just test this out here and see, because I have no idea which one is the right paint. So that is the right paint, which means I have another one somewhere that is 2 times darker. All right, so let's see this. This is how I test which paints I'm in. I've got. Okay, so that is definitely that paint. That's brilliant, Anne. I totally need to do that. I got into this, Tacky Moms, when I was just looking for something that I enjoyed that was just for me. I had started, wasn't in a great place mentally and going through a lot of depression and grief and all that sort of fun stuff. And I came across this guy, Kyle Cease, and he suggested to start filling our lives with more things that are 10s. And if you don't know what's a 10 for you, then just start kind of paying attention, going, I wonder, would that be a 10 for me? Would that be a 10 for me? Would that be a 10 for me? And just kind of start identifying, no, it wouldn't be a 10, but it's an 8. So maybe it would still be fun. And so it kind of gets you looking for those really good feeling things. Anyways, and his Facebook group, there was a woman who put up a post saying that she had just finished teaching her very first mandala drawing workshop. And as soon as I saw it, I just went, I want to do that. I want to do that. And I can do that. And so I started with drawing them. And then after about 6 months of drawing them, I started kind of doing some Pinterest searches to get ideas and stuff like that. And ended up stumbling across dot mandala stones for the most part first. And then as soon as I saw the dot mandalas, I was done. I was like, yeah, gimme, I wanna. So, and the rest is history, as they say. So let me see if I can't find. I bet you it's that one. It is too. That's the one. That's the nice dark one. It's this one. That's where we went. All right, so I hope that answers your question. That's absolutely brilliant, though, Anne. I'm totally going to do that. That's amazing. Do you know how much money you could make if you created a template for that and put it on Etsy? I'm not kidding. Hi, Jan. Oh, yay, Jonna. That's so nice. That's absolutely brilliant, Anne. I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, now let's get this dude done already. There we go. And then I'm going to use the dark. I'm going to go really dark on this one. Oh, I'm so glad, Jonna. How have you been? You having a good couple of days? Okay, this is going to be really, really hard to see, but I'm using the darkest of all of the 3 silvers to do these little dots in the middle. And then I'm going to do top dots to make these darker and darker, just like I did on the front. But we're going to wait until the paint is dry enough in the center dot for me to be able to do that. I think we have some little dots left to do on this one as well. Come on. For the last layer of top dots on the front of the mug, I think. So let's do those too. So all this, my dear friends, is darkness. And I didn't put the right color on yesterday for for the final shade of top swoops. So we're going to do them all today. Sorry, I'm way too zoomed in for that. Warmer today, but it was cold a couple days ago. Yeah, I know, right? We send it down. We try to repel it as fast as we possibly can to get it out of here. Zooming in helps a little bit. Yeah, we've gotten pretty hammered with snow. We have about 20 inches of snow on the ground. Well, we had 20 inches of snow. It is now all starting to melt. So, when it's melting and it's kind of compressed now. And then it's supposed to get really, really, really cold here over the next couple of days. So everything that melts today is going to freeze overnight. So I think it will be a hockey rink on the streets tomorrow. Take care, Tacky Moms. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, as soon as that cold hits us, we're like, nope, go away. We don't want it. Every year I ask myself, why do I live here? Why do I do this to myself? All right, so let's try again. And I was wondering why it wasn't showing up well. Durr. This is gonna look much better. So, oh no, I'm so grateful that I live in an apartment. It means that I don't have to do any of that shoveling, maybe a little bit. I'm in an above ground parking lot too, so I don't even have to clean off the car. I'm very, very spoiled. Very spoiled, very, very lucky and grateful every damn day of the winter for that. I feel like I would be perfectly happy to have all of the seasons if winter only lasted like a month. I could still go through all 4 seasons. I'd have fall last the longest. And maybe even spring lasts the second longest, then summer, then winter. Or no, too much rain in the spring. So fall, summer, spring, winter. And if I could have them in varying quantities in that order, that would be lovely. Like, I'm so ready to be a snowbird. This one will be going up on the site. I'm hoping to do a shop update on Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure. If I am going to do a shop update this weekend, actually, okay, I'm just thinking as I'm saying that stuff. That's why, Darcy, this is helping me talk it out, because it's been something I've been putting on the back burner because I don't really have a lot of stuff to put up. So I think I'm going to wait. Let's officially make it next Saturday. So that would be the 29th. That I will do a shop update. And yes, 100% this will be one of the mugs that goes up available on the site. So yeah, Saturday the 29th, I will do a shop update, and I think by then I'll have a good 10 or 11 mugs available by then, which would be good. I just don't want to go through all of that for 4 or 5 items, right? So let's say that. It looks cool, eh? I'm going to be creating this as well on a flat pattern to do prints, to do t-shirts, to do tote bags, to do all of the things. So this is not going to be the last time you see this pattern, and I'll probably do it again on a mug at some point. But this is also going to this is going to be the next pattern. So I've got the first pattern almost done. I'm so excited. So the second pattern this is going to be the second pattern that I release. Sorry for the shaking. I'm just cleaning off a tool and I have to scrape for a sec. Okay. So yeah, so Saturday the 29th, we'll do that. This is going to be the second pattern. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the third one, but I think I might get you guys to help me make some choices there. I'll put up a post for that, but I will, I'll keep you guys posted on what other items, as well as this one, will be part of the shop update. I'm so glad you like it. I'm really, really loving it. I'm going to be doing another mug like this, only instead of going from the light silver to the dark silver like I am now, I am going to go from the dark to the light. So it's going to look very much like it's embossed. I might even do just the entire design with this really dark color, to be brutally honest, because I think that could be super freaking cool. So I might not even do other top dots, but we'll see. So we're going to play with this one. There's going to be a couple different variations of this one that's going to come out. I'm also going to do one that's the same or very similar design, but in white on a white mug, because I think that would be super cool too. I'm loving this one. So this was the card prompt for day 13. No, the irony is not lost on me there, that the 13th. And then the next two that we're going to work on. Oh, and it was, it was darkness was the prompt. Just one last little bit of detail. Think. Oh, sorry, Anne. I didn't know that that wasn't a common term. I'm so sorry. I totally could, Jonna. That'd be fun, eh? Right? The monochromatic is really interesting, and then there's so much dimension that you can create with that, right? Depending on, do you go with just a single color and only one shade of that color, or do you pick one color and then add blacks and whites to that color to create a whole gradient, right? There's so much that you can do. I'm so glad, Darcy. Thanks, Mocha Java. When and if I open up commissions again, I will keep you posted. That doesn't mean I might not do one on my own, on our own anyway, but we'll be able to talk about that. So yeah, Mocha Java, no, these paints are not microwave safe. Unfortunately not. It's one of the things that makes my own mugs really difficult for me to use, because I'm one of those people that's always reheating my tea every half hour. Yeah. Sorry about that. Hi, Chameleonaire. How you doing? I'm glad you like it. So this one, the prompt was darkness. So we're just putting the last couple little tiny details on for top dots. I still have some top dots I have to do on the handle, but for the most part, this one is done, and we have chosen an official date of January 29th for my next shop update. Oops. If you have ordered your Dot Mandala Inspiration deck, I'm going to be putting a post out about this a little later. I have some horrible, horrible news. Just kidding. It's not horrible news. I was being dramatic to make sure that it's not taken as horrible news. I'm not going to be able to get the velvet bags. So we're going to go with satin bags instead. That's it. That's the horrible news about the cards. Everything else is okay. Definitely send over inspiration. There you go. You got a neighbor in Janice. Oh, thanks, Chameleonaire. It was good to see you. I'm glad you were able to pop in to say hi. I love that. Thank you. Hope you have a wonderful day. I think so. I think the satin bags will be just as good. I was a little disappointed, but really in the grand scheme of things, if the deal breaker for buying a deck is that it came with a velvet bag and not a satin bag, then please know I want you to be happy with your order, and I will find a way. Well, I can give you your money back, or you can order it without. You can order it with just the shrink wrap and get your own bag. That's a possibility too. I think so too, right, Cindy? I was busting my butt looking for them and getting so frustrated. I'm like, this is dumb. There's satin bags right here and they're beautiful. So that is the lesson on when you find a source for supplies that you want to use, make sure you order those supplies when you find them. And don't count that they'll still be there a little later on. All right, so let us recap our next mugs, which are from the card pull for day 16. So I painted day 14 and 15 out of order. They were these babies in the back here. Oh, let me bring them forward. I'm so stubborn. I could stand up. I'm perfectly capable, but I chose not to. All right. So this one was Resilient. Ooh, that could be an interesting idea, Jonna. And then, reach. And then this one is Gratitude. So these ones were days 14 and 15 that I painted out of order. And that left day 13, which was Darkness, and then day 16, which was Relief. So I really liked the fact that Relief came right after Darkness. All right. Right? Exactly. Haven't seen snow in over 30 years. Yeah, look at it all. Lots of snow. The white one in the back, this was day 12, and the card prompt was my least favorite season, which is winter. I still have to do the handle on this one. But little gusts of cold wind and snowflakes. This is Jan's, J-Mart. This is Jan's. Inspiration, suggestion to do a bunch of these little guys all over. Because we started with this one. And then got to that point and went, yep, let's just do that. That was great. So there we go. That's that one. Isn't it pretty? Thanks, Darcy. You got a foot of snow the other day, Steph? Oh, wow. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? But you know what? I'd rather have snow than rain. I really would. It's my least favorite because of the cold, right? That's the only real reason. I like snow better than I like rain. So we're doing all right. Thanks, Bailey. Thanks, Jonna. I'm so glad. I'm really happy with how these are turning out. And so darkness was 13. And then immediately following was relief. So I decided to do same colors, same design, same pattern, same tool sizes, everything, but one on a black mug and one on a white mug. These are exactly the same design, except for maybe a little bit of spacing stuff, but they are absolutely exactly the same. Live in Georgia and you miss snow. Oh, wasn't enough. You wanted more. I have just cats. No, rain makes me want to stay in bed and wrap up in blankets and like do a Lord of the Rings marathon. Like that's what rainy days say to me. Get some pizza, sit and watch a movie and just kind of chill out. Snow, I can sit out and it can kind of inspire me a little bit, right? But it's the spring, the benefit to all of the rain that I love is I love when you start to see like the greens start to push out when the buds are just starting to bloom and all the trees get buds on them. And the smell. There is that day when you go outside where it smells different. It doesn't smell like winter anymore. And that's my favorite day. That's my favorite day of the entire year, is that day where I walk outside and go, oh, it smells like spring. You're going to end up buying a mug every month. Well, maybe we need to set that up. Maybe I need to set up a mug of the month club or something. If I could ever figure out how to mass produce these babies, that would be amazing. What is that, petrichor? What is that stuff? So sorry. Right? Never live in the Netherlands, because that's a lot of rain, isn't it? But there's so many benefits to all of the different places and all the different types of weather, right? All right, so 2 exact designs. We're just going to keep building these. These will be part of the shop update next Saturday as well. I want to get a whole crap ton done. So this will bring me up to 7 mugs that I'll have done. So yeah, we might even be able to get up to around 15 mugs by next Saturday, and that would be phenomenal. So is that what it's called, Steph? I didn't know that. That's so cool. I didn't know. That's so neat. Gemini vibes. Well, and I thought of maybe doing that at some point too, is doing different sets of mugs that were inspired by each of the signs. I want to do mugs inspired by the chakras. I want to, start finding all these different things. And that's what's been so fun about these cards, right? Like, I was starting to get a little stagnant with my ideas. I was starting to get into a little bit too much of a routine, and it was getting a little bit boring for me, and I just wasn't having as much fun with it as I wanted. These mugs sparked a lot of ideas, and then the cards kind of helped me channel all of those ideas and help put an order to them. Even though I haven't done them as fast as I had intended to, I feel like I really feel like they're a new opening for me, and they're challenging me to paint differently and with intentionality and all of those sorts of things, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. So I'm really, really excited now too. And now I'm at the opposite end of that creative spectrum where I've gotten out of the time where I felt like my ideas were getting a little stagnant. I wasn't enjoying them as much. I wasn't feeling, I was feeling a little bit lost that way, into, oh my God, I have so many ideas and I have no idea which one to do first. And that's the stress now. Most of it will land beside you. Oh, I love that, Anne. That is so cool. I love that saying. Most of it will land beside you. I love that. You lived in Iceland, Cindy? How cool is that? I would love to go to Iceland. And it's so funny, because I say that. Winter's my least favorite season, but I want to go to Iceland. And yes, I could go in the summer months, in the spring and everything and all of that too, but I'd want to go in the winter so I can see the northern lights and all of those other things. It's very contradictory in my brain. I wish I could tell you something different. All right, so now we are going to start with some swoops. No, we are going to start with some walking dots. So I am going to start here, and I'm going to be placing, this is pearl white, the color that I'm using. And I'm going to do this on both of the mugs. This is the assembly line process. I find it much faster to do than doing one design and then going back and doing the other. Like, it would be much more time consuming to paint the black mug and then go back and paint the white one to recreate it, as opposed to being able to paint them both at the same time. Keep your tools out, keep your paints out, everything is good. Thanks, Celtic Dream. That's so kind. Thank you. Lived there for 5 years. That's amazing. That's so cool. So, where else would you live? Where would you live? If you could pick anywhere in the world to live, where would you live? Like, if money was no object and you could pick up and leave today, where would you go? I'd be on my way to New Zealand without even blinking an eye. Without blinking an eye. I've thought about that. Every time I buy a ticket for the lottery and it's like $40 million, I'm like, I'm moving to New Zealand. It's happening. It's happening. Right? Be able to screenshot your ideas. And that's the thing. And then my friends, and you might have this too, where people say, well, just write them down. Sure. Because I'm always thinking of these things when I can just stop and write stuff down, right? It doesn't always work that easy, and it's frustrating. Scotland, as long as your family comes with. Nice. Scotland would be cool. We'd see the north. Oh, no way. I want to see them so bad. Ireland. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. Janice, have you ever been? Rosebud, have you been to Scotland? Are these places you've been before or places you've never been and want to go? Thank you, Nana. To the mountain at the lakefront. Yes. So many incredible places, right? Like, even as I pick one, I think, well, there's also Bali. Well, there's also Australia. Well, there's this place, there's that place. Well, there's all these other places that you've never been. Oh, crapola. I was supposed to do those peak dots on the white mug too. That's okay. Doing super, super, super tiny dots for this because I don't want the white to overpower the design, but I want it to highlight it a little bit. You have Irish heritage? Nice. You've been to Scotland and Ireland? Amazing. Washington State? Heidi, I've heard it's beautiful there. Assembly is faster. I dot 6 Christmas balls in 2 days or one. Exactly, right? And it's painfully slow when you do them one at a time. England's like eat fish and chips all day. Oh, God. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I would love to go. I'm not using my stand because I need to tilt it, but you did just remind me that I should at least be wearing my wrist brace. So thank you for that, Heidi. I appreciate it. Thank you, Aimlessy. Oh, and thank you, Heidi. Janice, you're so lovely. I'm so glad you like my stuff. Thank you. Doris would go to Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii would be wonderful. That's a place that I'd love to go someday. Let's see. This one? Yes. I'm really sorry, but I have to show you. Hi, Caroline. I have to show you my little cat smushed up in her hoodie, taking her nap. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, all right, back to painting. Sorry, I had to. Oh, that's so wonderful, Heidi. Well, Caroline, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. I know, isn't she too cute, Anne? I've never been to Japan either. There's so many places, right? There's so many cool places that I really would go. Maybe that's the answer. I wouldn't pick one place. I'd jump around to a bunch of different places. You want to go to Japan? It'd be so amazing. That's so cool that she's watching with you, Heidi. What's the draw about Hawaii for you, Doris? Took you 35 years to get back to Washington State, and you're just happy that you're there, Anne-Marie? I've heard the food is amazing in Japan, Naomi. I hope I'm saying your username right. Oh, thank you, Bunny Bee. That's so kind of you. Oh, cool. That's cool, Jonna. Oh, I'm so glad she likes it. Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Not going back to Texas. The sunshine, yeah. From everything that, any pictures that I've seen, just everything in Hawaii, because it's just healthy and vibrant looking, right? Like the blues are brighter blues, the greens are brighter greens. That'd be so nice. You have a sister in Spokane? Nice. Never been to Washington State, but it's apparently quite similar to British Columbia, or at least southern British Columbia, which makes sense, right? But lots of beautiful stuff out that way. Hawaii is the Garden State. Oh, I'd love to go. I get my love of horses and animals from your dad. That's wonderful. Yay, animals. That's a lovely thing. I'm on the coast of North Carolina. Nice. How's your weather? Did you get some snow? Okay, so we got that first one done, and now we're gonna do this side. This looks cool. Nope, just rain good. Tokyo is a fun place. Many choices for food. So many cool spots in this world, eh? Oh, well, I'm glad you're back, Jonna. Thanks, Naomi. 60s today. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so cool, Rosebud. Amazing. Hi, flowers are cool. How long did you take to do that? What were your favorite spots that you stopped at? Oops, along the way. And what were your least favorite? Like, were there places where you're like, yeah, we totally didn't need to stop here? Oh, thank you, flowers. This mug is inspired by the card pull. Pulling a card from my Dot Mandela Inspiration deck. And the card was Relief. So we are actually duplicating this design on a white mug as well at the same time to be able to just see how it's so different on white compared to on black. Because of course it's going to look completely different, right? There we go. Lots of tiny dots. Got some computer work to do today, being lazy and enjoying the live. Good for you. We're only going to be live for about another 20 minutes, so you'll have lots of time. Lots of time. The white is going to look like this. So it's going to look like this. So it'll show up on the white mug, but it's still going to be really subtle in the design. Like you'll have to look for it, just like you kind of have to have this on the right angle to see that there's actually the white dots in the center as well. So yeah. So let's see how we do with this one. I think we should see it. Oh, it's showing up quite well. Love Saskatchewan, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like the colors, flowers. Thank you. Inspired by the word relief. Yeah, you have to have the light hit it at a certain angle, eh, Cindy? Aw, thank you, flowers. Tumbleweed Musician, I am using multi-surface acrylic paints. Few different brands. I like Martha Stewart, Folk Art, and Craftsmart. I have been using a lot of Craftsmart lately, but they're all good brands. Multi-surface acrylic paint is specifically designed for painting on smooth surfaces like ceramic and glass. It cures to be top shelf dishwasher safe, and you have the option of curing it by baking it or curing it by just air drying it. If you are going to air dry it, it's not fully cured until it's been air dried for 21 days. I air dry my mugs now. That's a fairly new thing for me because I have had issues with bubbles after I put the mug in the oven. And the idea of any of these going into the oven looking the way they do and coming out all bubbled up just kind of freaks me out. So that's why I do that. Oh, I'm so glad, Jonna. It is. It's a really nice little community that we've got going here. Nice little family, eh? So it's still showing up. Here we go. That's kind of cool, eh? Oops, too much paint. I can get very lazy and not clean my tools off enough. Thank you so much, Tumbleweed. Yeah, we got a good little family here growing, don't we? Wait until that day when I can hold retreats someday. It will happen. We'll get everybody together. Either that or I'll go back to the idea of, and I'll get myself a camper and a truck, and I'll just travel all over everywhere, and we'll have a whole bunch of meetups. We'll start driving across North America. That'd be so fun. That was my original plan for 2020, eh? I bought a truck in the fall of 2019 when my lease on my other vehicle came due. And I I told my landlords that I was going to be leaving. I had been looking for campers and looking for financing and all of that sort of stuff. My goal was to leave around May and do a huge road trip all across North America. And then, of course, well, stuff happened in 2020 where I wasn't able to. Camper is still up at the farm, and I'm hoping to be able to sell it soon, but I have to get some more pictures of it, hopefully. Let me just scroll back. Yeah, the white on white looks nice, eh? So subtle. I'm going to add in some more of it, I think, because I think it can be kind of like a glitz kind of factor almost. Oh, thank you, flowers. The brands that I like are Craft Smart, Folk Art, and Martha Stewart. Now, Martha Stewart's not available in stores anymore. I bet apparently they are rebranding. So hopefully they'll come back. But Craft Smart and Folk Art are really nice. They also mix well together. Folk Art is a thicker paint, and Craft Smart is a more fluid paint. So if you find that the Folk Arts are too thick for you, you can always mix them with some Craft Smart. But I used to work with Folk Art right out of the bottle quite often. I've gotten sidetracked because I've fallen in love with some of the Craft Smart metallic multi-surfaces. So that kind of gave me a little bit of tunnel vision, and I really have enjoyed the consistency of it. It's really easy to work with on the mugs. So, yeah, I haven't gone back to Folk Art unless I need one of the colors, but I have no problem. I'll have no problem going back to them, though. No, I had no idea at all, Cindy. Zero clue. Zero clue. I bought the first two mugs that I did. Shannon, the non, has one of those. Those first two mugs that I ever did, I had the mugs in my cupboard for a year, a little over a year, and never painted them because I had no idea what I wanted to do on them. And then it was just a fluke. I'm like, I'm going to try it because I was going to paint a couple of them, put one of them in my website, and then give another one for a Christmas gift, and just kind of try it out and see how I liked it. And it went bananas, and I couldn't keep up. And that's when I was offering custom orders. And that's when I couldn't stay on top of it. Hi, Elaine. Yeah, it's been a real big surprise. Right? Sounds like fun, eh, Heidi? So yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to sell the camper in the spring. I don't think I'm going to make any money off of it because it's got holes in it. It's got leaks. It had critters climbing into it. It had mold. It was an absolute disaster. It was one of the, I'm not going to say it was a big mistake, but it was a big thing that just didn't go the way that I had intended it to. So I'm trying to take the lessons from that. Wouldn't it be fun, Jonna? Right? They are a hit now. It's crazy. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Christy. How you doing, love? You're welcome, Tumbleweed. Any other questions, don't ever hesitate to ask, okay? The Refeathered Robin. That's a beautiful name. I'm a retired senior raising 7 and 8-year-olds. Wow, that's amazing. That's so cool. I'm in Ontario too, Tumbleweed. You're waiting for it to be done so you can go do the same. I would love to do that again. I would love to revisit that idea. And it might happen. I'd like it to happen. I love the idea of like traveling around and booking myself into different craft fairs and festivals and going and meeting up with different people and doing art fairs and continuing to do everything online and just living with me and Audrey in the camper. And I think I might still someday. You never know. You never know. Who knows? Maybe that's what I'll be doing, or maybe I'll win the lottery and I'll buy a huge piece of property and I'll build a space to hold retreats. Any number of things could happen. And I am happy to keep them all on the table because they all sound fun as hell. I used to live on my friend's farm. I used to live on my friend's farm up in north of Port Hope. I had a camper on their property and lived on the farm with them. And recently, beginning of October, I moved in with my mom. She needed some assistance, so we're here. And it's been helping me a lot. It's been a massive win-win-win situation. Hi, David. How are you? That piece that you did with all of those little rotating flowers in the center and those, oh my God, that was beautiful. If you guys are not following David Benjamin, seriously, you are missing out on some absolutely breathtaking dot mandala artwork. Oh, perfect. And I see Anne answered your question, Spirit Guide 842. Thank you, Elaine. Oh, that's okay. So for washing, these paints will cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe. Now, I still recommend gentle hand washing, but I'm super paranoid just because of the delicate design, right? I would be absolutely paranoid. So gentle hand washing will always be my recommendation for these mugs. Always. They are not microwave safe either. That's the other port, or food safe. Is it creative clutter? That's so cool. Oh, you went to North Bay. Oh, wow. We loved camper life. We did buy a house to have as our home base. Oh, hopefully you'll be able to get back out on the road soon. Wouldn't that be amazing? No way. Seriously? Thank you, Christy. That's so cool that it's your son's name. Oh, you're welcome, David. Seriously. All right, so the mug for relief. We are doing same design, same colors, one on a black mug, one on a white mug. And I don't know about you, but they look completely different to me. I cannot wait to see how it all comes together when I continue to add more rows and really get this finished. But I'm really happy about this. I just use a little Dawn dish soap on mine. Yeah, you don't need to use a lot. And definitely don't soak it in water ever, you guys. Try and dry them off right away and just pat them to dry. Hi, Jules. I'm doing good, Christy. Thank you. Yeah, studio's a little bit more together. There's still some work to do here. Yeah. But I'm going to kind of plug away at it the next couple of days, I think. It's kind of nice because this room, other than putting up some curtains, this room is pretty much done. There's not, like, when I paint, it would be nice to paint in here, but it's not necessary. It's a pretty clean, bright room. So it makes it easy to kind of create a spot that feels a little more finished. Thank you, guys. So we're going to keep going. We're not even halfway done. I will give you a hint as to where we're going next. And let's see. So I'll show you what we are going to do next. Oops. I'm going to be live again tonight at 7 o'clock on Instagram if you want to come and hang out. All of the mugs that we've talked about, I'm going to do a shop update next Saturday, the 29th, and have a whole bunch of mugs in there. And in the meantime, I'm just going to try and paint my little heart out. Let me give you another quick peek at the pattern. I'm creating my first pattern that you guys will be able to follow along step by step to create your own. So I'll give you I'll show you that here again in a minute. But let's see here. Super duper slow. But we are going to build some swoops. Super, super slow. Oh, nice. Nice. New flooring. That's going to be fun. I think that if you do the pattern in all white on the white, yes, it does. I'm really lucky. I've got a wonderful space. I'm very, very lucky, and I'm excited to be able to kind of get it to grow a little bit. I do. Today I started the live at 11 a.m. It was an early one today. These tall mugs I get from Dollar Tree. How do I decide on swoops or dots? A lot of it will come into play when I'm looking to create some super contrast, because swoops up against dots has a lot of nice contrast in that. So if I'm really, especially in a monochrome design, the swoops can add that contrast that you need so that the design doesn't get super muddy. And I kind of look at it the same this way. When I'm adding a ton of lots of little detail, I want to create a little bit of that contrast with a different shape. In my head, I kind of just alternate it in my head quite often too. Is just say, okay, so I'm going to do some walking dots here and then some swoops here. Oh, I haven't done some swoops in a while. And now I find that it's a difference of whether I do this kind of swoop or whether I do this kind of swoop like on the green, right? So am I going around that petal? So they're a little bit different. Kind of alternating around a little bit. They're going up a little bit. They're still cheaper than our other dollar store. Excuse me, we still have more products under. But we're used to our main dollar store being Dollarama having items. Some items even are $10 in there, but there's a lot like $4 or less. So we're kind of already used to the dollar stores not being an actual dollar store anymore. Go shopping tonight. Make friends with the manager. See if you can get a whole case. Thank you, Claire. Oh, thank you, my high lady. Oh, thank you, Janice. I'm so excited for the patterns. I'm going to show you. I'll show you the first one. I still have one more row to do. I've had one more row to do for about 3 days now. But I'll finish these swoops off here first, and then I'll show you the pattern. And we'll wrap it up for today. So tonight we're going to keep working on these mugs. I want to get a ton done. My original goal was to be done by the time the live is done tonight. And in an hour, I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to see what we can do. And I might stay on a little bit longer tonight if it means being able to kind of power through and get these guys done. So I really want to make some progress. I haven't had any content to post lately because it's been taking me so long to get through these mugs. And the other content that I could be making is on the patterns, and I didn't want to put that out because the pattern's not ready yet, right? So I've been feeling really, really behind in all of that stuff. So it's part of my own attempt to relieve some anxiety to get these done fast so that I can have some content to post again and get back to being regular with my content posting. Because right now, if it wasn't for lives, I would be up the creek. So there we go. So that is the first row of the swoops. We're going to do 5, at minimum 5 more rows of these swoops. So we will see, but I think it's going to look really, really good. Keeps around $1 here. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? I know I've heard of a lot of people going, it's not the dollar store anymore. It's the $1.25 store. And the only thing I could say is it was never called the dollar store. It's called Dollar Tree. You called it the dollar store. They never told you that they'd only keep prices to be $1. But it's hard, right? Anytime you see stuff prices increasing, it's so hard, especially when they used to offer it for less, and especially when you know it's not great quality too, right? All right, let's see. So we will continue on with these two. I'm really interested after we put all these swoops on to see how it's going to look on the white. So we'll work on those tonight. And let me give you, well, and that's the thing, right? 25 cents, it's 25 cents. And I get that that's very privileged of me to say that 25 cents matters. And I get it. However, it is just 25 cents. Well, that too, right? Aw, thank you, Mile High. So there we go. This is the start of the pattern. I've got one more row to do. And it's here with the yellow. And then this one will be done. So this is going to be a step-by-step pattern that you guys can follow. You'll be able to print it out and be able to paint this one along with me. So this is what I'm working on right now. This has definitely gotten me sidetracked from getting a lot more projects done a lot faster. But now once I get this done, this will be my template, right? So my other patterns should come together quite quickly. And like I said, the next pattern that we're going to do, I'm going to do a surface just like this. Just for perspective's sake here, this design here was a design that I put on a mug. That design takes up the same amount of space that this design takes up on darkness. So imagine now that I'm going to do something to fill a 12-inch canvas, because what I have for darkness so far is only this much. So I'm going to add another chunk onto darkness to make this into a pattern. The other thing to know too is when I start making my patterns available, they will come in 2 sizes. They will come in a 3 to 4 inch size, which will just be this center section only. Or you can get the 10 to 12 inch size, which you can really stop whenever you want to, right? But that would be the whole pattern. So there's a lot of people out there that will never ever want to explore painting larger pieces. Totally okay. You don't need a 10 to 12 inch pattern then. Do a bunch of these ones, right? So it's coming along. We're getting the template done, and then darkness will be number 2, and then we'll have to figure out what's coming up next. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get these out. And I'm so glad that you guys are excited too. This is going to be so much fun. I also considered it making for lost products. Totally. All right. So I'm going to be live on Instagram tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll probably be live for longer than an hour because I would really like to power through and get a bunch done on these 2 relief mugs and see what we can do there. So we'll give it a go anyway. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Cindy. I'm so glad you guys like it. Yay! Janice is excited too. Woohoo! So I'm hoping that this pattern will be ready for next Saturday as well. I'm hoping. Right? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, can you imagine if you had this center dot in every one of the corners and you had all 4 kind of meeting in the middle and then doing something in there? That's a pattern I might do. That could be fun. I might do some patterns that are just only 10 to 12 inch patterns, right? Because you can't always break them all down, but the ones that are going to start off inspired by the mugs, we're going to have the two different sizes. I don't do henna as well, but I would love to learn. So that's always a possibility. I want to learn how to use the bottles and the tubes and all of that for painting. So that's a very real possibility. So if you want to come and hang out again tonight at around 7 o'clock, I'd love to see ya. And if I don't see you again today, I'm off tomorrow, I think. And then Friday, I will be live for 4 hours minimum on Friday, from 2 to 4 and from 7 to 9. If you check out my most recent post, it's got the schedule for where I'm going to be for each one of those, and another 2 hours on Saturday. So we'll hopefully get to hang out together again really soon. And thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I love you guys. Oh, cool, Christy. We'll have to talk about that. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Tumbleweed. You guys take care of yourselves, okay? We'll see you again really, really soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.